Hey tennis fans, I'm Grace Carter and this is Tennis Now presented by Tennis Express. Get your favorite tennis gear at tennisexpress.com today. This week, former world number one and two-time major champion Simona Halep shocked the tennis world, announcing her retirement. The Romanian, an absolute force in her prime, had her career sabotaged by a 4-year doping ban in 2023. The ban was later reduced to 9 months, and she returned to the game last March. But the 33-year-old Halep has been unable to recapture her previous form, so she's done. The news is a very big surprise to many fans because Halep is a fighter who would surely work her way back to form. Fans and peers took to social media to pay tribute to the most successful WTA player to ever hail from Romania. Today at Tennis Now, we're going to pay a tribute as well. We're going to look back at some of Simona Halep's most incredible and emotional moments, starting with her maiden major, Roland Garros 2018. After losing her first 3 major finals, Halep turned the tide with a dramatic win over Sloane Stephens in the 2018 French Open final. She came from a set and a break down to erase the memories of her 2017 final in Paris when she squandered a set and a break lead to Jelena Ostapenko. From 6-4, 2-love down, Halep went on to win 12 of the last 15 games and raise the trophy in very memorable fashion. Halep said she had been dreaming of that moment since she was a child. Next, a Wimbledon stunner. Just over a year later, Halep was up against the impossible task of defeating 7-time Wimbledon champion Serena Williams, where the American icon had absolutely dominated. Williams was the heavy favorite, bidding for her 24th major title. But it was Halep who played like the legend. In one of the most dominant performances we have ever seen in a Wimbledon final, Halep made just 3 unforced errors, the least ever by a player in a major final, and she cruised past Williams 6-2, 6-2. Halep called it the best match of her life. Next, we celebrate Halep's first week at number 1. When Simona avenged her Roland Garros defeat to Jelena Ostapenko in Beijing in the fall of 2017, she made history for herself and her country by becoming the first Romanian woman to ever hold the WTA's number 1 ranking. For those who don't remember, Halep could have reached number 1 in Paris in 2017, but was upset in the French Open finals by Ostapenko. Next, we're going to go back to 2015. Before we had number 1 Simona and Grand Slam champion Simona, we had Sunshine Simona. Halep was the world number 3 and on the rise in 2015 when she came to Indian Wells. At the time, she owned 10 career titles, but none as big as the one she was about to win. At Indian Wells, Halep captured her biggest title to date, rallying from a set and a break down to defeat Jelena Jankovic in the final there. It was her 11th career win overall. Halep would finish her career with 24 titles overall and 9 at the WTA 1000 level. And speaking of 1000 level titles, let's talk about Simona's dominant defense of Madrid in 2017. That year, Halep was establishing herself as one of the premier clay court players in the sport, and she proved it in a very big way at the Madrid Open, where she completed a successful title defense, the first of her career, with a win over Kristina Mladenovic in the final. Madrid was a special place for Halep. She had won 30 matches in the Spanish capital and lost only 9. Even further back, there was Simona's first major final in Paris. Halep's career at Roland Garros was legendary. She won 32 matches, lost 11, won the title in 2018, and played another 2 finals. But when she showed up to play the tournament in 2014, she had never been past the second round and owned a 1-3 overall record. That would change as Halep charged into her maiden major final without dropping a single set. She would fall to Maria Sharapova in 3 sets, but the message had been sent. Halep had the game to become a Roland Garros champion. Finally, we look at Halep's incredible history-making 2013 season, which was a blueprint for success. Halep was still an unproven force when the 2013 season started, but by the end of the year, She had won 6 titles, a feat we hadn't seen for many years. And in doing so, Halep became the first woman to win more than 5 titles in a single WTA season since the last one to do it was Steffi Graf in 1986. Halep was on the cusp of the top 10, and she was named the WTA's most improved player that year. It's very sad the way her career ended, and many argue very unfair. But for today, we recognize the greatness of Simona Halep and all she brought to tennis fans all over the world. I'm Grace Carter. We'll see you next time here on Tennis Now.